Hello, Doc, alcoholic addict, amongst other things.
Hey, got it.
You got it.
What's up? And welcome to another fantastic edition of Sober School. I'm doing a, it was actually, I think, the second class I did when I started recording, and I ended up having to take it down upon request. So I'm going to redo it, and in a manner that I don't have to take it down. It was a class I did on toxic relationships, and this isn't directly about recovery, but it is definitely recovery adjacent, because I know at least from my personal experience, toxic relationship dynamics coming from both sides, from my side and the other person's side, in the past, historically, has led to drinking and using. Basically, we're just going to go through different types of toxic relationships, because there's a whole rainbow of different types of toxicity from a relationship standpoint. One of the bigger ones is controlling relationships. Has anybody ever dated somebody who tried to control your behavior, who you talk to, like when you went out or didn't go out? Like, you ever date somebody that made you feel like, oh, like I used to be able to do stuff, and now I can't do stuff without approval? That resonate with anybody? I know personally, I've been in a couple of relationships where, and even if it's not like them directly saying you can't do something, it can be an aspect, a facet of the dynamic where I know, like, if I do something, like if I hang out with like my brother after work, I know I'm gonna hear about it when I get home, so I'm just not gonna hang out with my brother after work. It's not quite as overt, but the dynamic, the same toxic dynamic is there. Like if you change your behavior for fear of repercussions, that is pretty much identical in result to them saying you can't do something. And it's not. We need to feel independent. We need to know we can. We should take the other person's feelings into consideration. Absolutely. Any non-toxic relationship involves communication and give and take. However, if you're in a relationship that feels like you have lost your independence, like if you're taking, oh well, I'm not gonna go there because out of respect, if it's something you were doing, and it bothers them, if you're changing it on your own accord, that's one thing. If you're doing it out of fear for the repercussions, or just because they said, no, I don't want you doing that, that is a controlling relationship. And I don't want you to think that, oh well, my girl said I couldn't do something sometimes, so it's a toxic relationship. That's not what I'm saying. There can be toxic traits in otherwise healthy relationships. But this class is about identifying these toxic relationship dynamics, and at least evaluating to what degree they describe the relationship. Another big one, manipulative relationships. Anybody ever date somebody where they'll like that the other person will try and butter you up, like they're like or guilt you into doing something. Let's go back to that same example. well, I'm going to hang out with my brother after work. He's like, well, yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll just sit here alone in the dark and cry. You know, like that's manipulation. Gaslighting, trying to make you like think you're crazy. Like I could have swore like I saw a dude jumping out the window. Now you're crazy. But yeah, there's totally a dude jumping out the window. But like if they've got you, and nobody's infallible, other than Big Mark, but they feel date somebody here, and the relationship has you questioning your own memory of events. Like, did that really happen? You get like they get your head spinning, and they got you doubting yourself when you know what you saw or what was said. Oh, I never said that. Like, you would want to make sure you're on solid ground. But if you are being gaslit, or if they are using guilt or deceit, like trying to control your actions, trying to manipulate you. And it goes so far as to like not telling you stuff you need to know, to basically guide your decision or your actions. Like, feeling like your own personal feelings are being dismissed or twisted around. Has anybody done this from a relationship standpoint? Like, tried to make your significant other think she was crazy or remembering stuff wrong? Because we all have.
Every time she was lying.
Yeah. Do you ever in a relationship where they make you feel guilty for just or ashamed for just trying to express your needs? Hey, I really need you right now, and like and make you feel less than for just expressing your needs? Because, like I was saying before, communication is a crucial element of any non-toxic relationship, and any things that block off or prevent or like discourage communication is a toxic trait. Here's a big one, probably resonate. Emotionally abusive relationships. You ever date somebody who like says some things that make you feel horrible, like when you're like fighting, or to try and manipulate you or get you to do things, or just retaliatory. Like, okay, they don't like what you're saying or doing, so they're going to say some off the wall stuff. I think it was Christmas Eve, and my son's mom, she like told me like I've been up for a long time, but she just started screaming at me and told me I killed my mom, and like so she died when I was like 16 of cancer. Just a bunch of like, it's fucking, thank God she's dead because she doesn't have to see you like this, and just like horrible things. Yeah. And like calling you names. She like, she used to like call me faggot, which was just real great, you know, really. Yeah, just really warms the heart, you know. That like, yeah. Well, if you're with somebody and you trust them and you're vulnerable with them, like that increases the degree that their words affect you. Like that's what trust is. Trust is vulnerability. That like sharing these things, like with somebody, and then to have them turn it back on you if like like, I don't know. I don't know.
My
Big,
stepdad used to, I tell him something, he goes, well, I'll have to find out. Every time I say something, he goes, oh, well, I'll have to find out. They never believe me.
yeah.
So every time, even my mom, if I said something, well, I have to find out like this person first. And I'm telling the truth. And then my real dad, even if I told him the truth, then when I told him the truth, he'd still call me a liar.
Yeah.
And I even proved it, he'd still call me that. So.
Yeah, and that is an aspect of emotional abuse, like being frequently belittled, made to feel less than or worthless. Like, cause like man, even like you're like you're saying, I'm telling the truth,
Yeah.
and you're still making me like feel
Like
worthless, like untrustworthy. Like I'm trying, I'm doing the right thing, and you're still putting me down for it. That is emotional abuse. Or when there's the whole withholding affection or giving you the silent treatment. You know, being kind of passive aggressive about things, like setting stuff down loudly and slamming cabinets. You walk on eggshells to try and avoid conflict. Like you don't want to like, oh man, I won't, like I'm being, she's slamming cabinets and I'm tiptoeing.
Anything to make her happy.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke. You know, and honestly, like I would rather, like I would take physical abuse all day over emotional abuse. Like, cause, like if you kick, if she kicked me in the balls, like every time she wanted to hurt me, granted I would not be a fan of that, you know. However, at least with physical pain, I get some endorphins. Like I get some basically there's some pain relief after the pain occurs. Emotional pain and physical pain are both transmitted via the same messaging pathways in your brain. Like same thing as far as your brain is concerned. A kick in the balls and having your heart broken is processed exactly the same way, except emotional pain, you don't get any endorphins. There's nothing to soften that blow or to help with the aftermath as you curl up on the ground, throw up. But yeah, you'd like, I would rather get kicked in the literal nuts than the my heart's balls, you know, like the figurative nuts, 100%. Like any day of the week. And especially in alcoholism and addiction, codependent relationships are a big one. You know, like you're dating somebody and you're actively using together, and the one person, well, I gotta go score, or I gotta go steal catalytic converters and take them to the scrap yard.
Hit a lick.
Yeah, I gotta go hit a lick because my girl's dependent on me, and
It's either them catalytic converters or she's going to go suck a dick.
yeah. Well, then you can be dependent on her, and dependent on the equality and frequency, I suppose. But and it's good to want the person you're with to be happy, like 100%. Like if you're wanting anything else, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship. But to feel responsible, like you can't make somebody happy who's not wanting to be happy or doesn't know how to be happy. Just like you can't make somebody get clean who doesn't want to get clean. You can't do it for them. And it gets to the point where we can't even set boundaries without feeling guilt. Like, hey, like I'm I'm doing all the things every day, and you definitely help with the whole using the bag side of the equation, but less so as far as the getting the bag side of the equation.
How about going through like a 5-hour spiel where you know the person's fucking lying to you, you know what I mean? And you got this pride thing because you know they're lying to you, and then they just exhaust you to the point to where you just can't fucking just get to whatever, and then you spend the next 2 weeks feeling like a piece of shit because they're talking about how like you can't trust them. How they're so offended and deeply hurt to their soul that you just can't trust them.
Yeah, well, that goes to that falls under the category of the whole. It's a facet of emotional abuse, but and gaslighting, but that actually falls in line with the next relationship type, which is narcissistic relationships. Like it involves a partner who lacks actual empathy and constantly needs approval and admiration, and like if you're not giving them what they feel they deserve, it's not going to go well.
So
Now,
I was with somebody and I caught them up on a lie, right?
yeah,
And she went through this whole spiel about, like, and we were like out at a hotel, right? I'm leaving a fucking roll, you know what I mean? And she made it to where that I had to go give her a hug and comfort her to.
yeah. Flipping the script,
Yes.
making themselves. She was the victim. Like, oh, it hurts my feelings that you're calling me a liar, but you're lying.
Yeah.
And that is it's manipulation. That's emotional abuse.
Or they block it.
Yeah.
Once they find out, or that you know,
Yeah.
and then they
Oh,
block you.
oh, accountability. Fuck that. But it winds up, your feelings and needs consistently get dismissed. I forgot about this. This is gonna be great. But yeah, like it's all about their needs, and they need to feel validated and valued and whatnot, and that you're
No reciprocation.
no reciprocation, you're not even on the radar. And oftentimes, like you were saying, you'll get wronged and end up like, she'll punch you in the face and like you have to apologize because you hurt her hand,
Yeah.
type shit.
Dismissive avoidance.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in there.
And this doesn't seem as maybe as bad as some of the others, but in an enmeshed relationship where the boundaries, but like you ever have some friends where it's blank and blank, like they're always like a package deal, like you can't really imagine one without the other, and neither can they, because they're and don't get me wrong, like teamwork makes the dream work, and if the attribute values are in the right place, that could just be a really good, solid relationship where they're just a unified front. But more often, like they're both given 110%, like trying to go like give, not just meet each other in the middle, go a little bit extra. And that's definitely a non-toxic relationship. That's a great relationship that we should all be aspiring for, that will grow and bring forth fruit. But more often than not, this sort of dynamic is like two. You're all right. So like, you ever have like where you had like one lighter go dead, right? But it still had flint. and you had another lighter that didn't have flint, but it still had gas, and you got these two broken things, and I call it the binary lighter, and you could use the spark from one and the gas from the other, and you could,
Especially smoking crack.
yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's more like an enmeshed relationship, where you've got like two individuals who are broken in different ways, and they basically they're
Attachment styles don't match up.
yeah, and well, the broken aspects of them kind of like complement each other.
Oh, okay.
One person's got
On the other end of the spectrum.
yeah, like that old boy can't can work like a horse but can't talk, and old girl has to work today in her life, but she doesn't stop talking, and that with their powers combined, they are Captain Planet. Now, but yeah, that's an enmeshed relationship where basically the boundaries between partners are blurred, and they lose identity. I got a couple friends, a couple of couples who are friends who are like couples and stuff, and they're just like, they've been together for so long, and they're both broken, and they're not, but they're not getting better because of that. They're like, okay, I don't need to learn. Like, old boy doesn't need to learn how to talk because old girl's going to talk for him, and old girl doesn't need to go to work because old boy will. Then that's what makes it toxic, because you lose. You're inhibiting growth. If both people, if their like skills complement each other, and they're both willing to go above and beyond as a team, a unified front, that's great. That's like I said, that's a relationship dynamic we should all be looking for. But there is the flip side.
But it
of
doesn't often exist.
What?
I said, but it doesn't often exist.
It's what I would put forth that toxic relationships are far more prevalent and common than non-toxic ones, i.e. healthy relationships, which we're going to be talking about next week. And that brings me to physically abusive relationships. Like, and this involves any form of literal physical harm, or the threat of harm. You ever dated a chick who like throws stuff? You like get into a fight and she'll start like chucking stuff across the room, and she doesn't necessarily, even if it doesn't hit you, her hurling plates at you, that's still the threat of harm. That is still a physically abusive relationship because they're using physicality. Physically hurt, restrained, or threatened. Or what's a good example? Like there's been a couple like where I'm concerned. Like I know she's got a gun, and I'm
I've been confined before.
yeah.
And yelled at.
Yeah.
Kind of being pushed to my limit until I react.
Yeah, and that's a pretty common one. I would have.
She's crazy enough to poison me, but I don't think she's smart enough to make it to where it doesn't taste like poison.
Yeah.
But she stabbed me in my sleep.
Yeah. What was it? This is kind of going back to the emotional. I guess there was some physical abuse there, and like I'd have like a warrant, and my son's mom would like, well, she's loud.
Oh.
Like, and she would like come at me and like throw stuff and also scream, and like I'm just like I'm
I gotta go.
well if you go I'm gonna lock you out of the house, and then you're gonna be locked outside with a warrant, and I'm probably gonna call the cops on you, or
One way or another,
Cross your
Fabio
fingers.
comes.
yeah, well like there was a couple times it got to the point where like okay, I didn't know what else to do because I can't leave because she'll freak out and call the cops on me and lock me out of the house. And I can't stay because she's going to scream until the cops get called. So my solution, I believe, I grabbed a plate and broke it over my face.
That way you're bleeding everywhere. And then
Yeah,
she feels like-
mutually assured destruction.
She needs to help you then.
Yeah. Well, all right, get the cops called. Like,
Fuck you.
no, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. That is not, I would say, not a healthy relationship dynamic.
That's a role reversal, though.
Yeah.
That's only what women do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I believe in equal rights for women, you know?
You really realize that people are crazy once you have a woman punch herself in the face about 6 times and call the cops on you. You know what I
I've
mean?
met many of them.
Yeah. Oh, but that's that's still a physically abusive relationship. That's intimidation. Like using a partner using intimidation or violence to get their way.
That's not romance.
That's well, depending on what website you have a membership to. But definitely leads you to feel unsafe or feel fearful in their presence. And I know I've never I've never hit a girl, but and nor would I. But there's times I've definitely wanted to.
Have you
and
ever hit somebody that might be a girl now?
I kicked a guy who's a girl now. Now, pretty hard.
I kicked the
But that feeling of being unsafe. I know we've all, not all of us, but there's probably some people in this room. I don't want to make assumptions, but even if you're not being physical, if you're like if you're getting in their face, if you're making them feel like if you're putting off the vibe, like you're crowding the plate a little bit, like that's still physical abuse, and with a nice sprinkling of emotional abuse in there.
Standing in the doorway so you can't get through.
Yeah.
Back and yelling until you're backed in a corner.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I do not like that feeling. Do not like that at all.
No, actually, I did kick baby mama one time. Went to jail for it. She can't charge me. But no, she like literally backed me in the corner. I was on the bed. I'm trying to get as far away from her I can, and she's just coming at me, and I like fell backwards off the bed, and she's like getting on top of me, and I like kicked her to get her off me, and she hurt her wrist, and I went to jail for that.
She hurt her wrist.
Yeah.
Still went to jail.
Yeah. He broke my hand. She punched me in the face. No. She once hit me with a car. Well, she was trying to run into my roommate's car, and I got in between the two cars, so she could hit my roommate's car, and she hit me with a car, and cops ended up coming, and I went to jail, so I had a warrant. Yeah. Sexually abusive or coercive relationships, like consent is ignored or manipulated, boundaries around sexual activity are violated. All right, like I don't know, as dudes, I know me personally, like from teens to like well, no, like we spent a lot of time. I know I spent a lot of time to the end of trying to coerce somebody to let me make sex at them. You know, like, but that's more trying to talk somebody into it. But there's relationships like or dynamics like if you're like not me personally, but I know people like where the guy like just coerced the girl into like having a threesome that she didn't want to have, and then like I can think of a couple instances of that, and they're all not together anymore. Surprise, surprise. But anytime one partner or the other is being coerced or guilted into sexual activity, that is sexually abusive. Like if a partner ignores or belittles your boundaries, like I'm not like I like imagine if like your girl wanted to have a threesome with another guy. Like, how would that make you feel? And she's trying to like, what? You don't feel secure enough in what we have together, and like I'm just trying to take it to the next level. If you really love me, nah, that's a fucking.
A chick that wants to have a threesome with another chick, but you just watch. I don't think I could do that with you.
Where you're just not involved.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll
Period.
just sit
Like,
here and
not
lay around
around.
myself and have sex with someone.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem very fair.
No, but some people are into it. If that doesn't violate your boundaries, or if you're cool with that, if you think that's hot, a lot. Based on my research on the internet, there's a lot of people who are into that sort of thing.
Look,
But
I mean,
it's not their girl typically.
yeah.
Feeling unsafe or violated after intimate interactions. Like after my son was born, like we had a pretty good system, right? Like good system. Well, I would get, well she crashed. I'd get spun and stay up and handle stuff, clean the house, make sure my son had what he needed and stuff, and then do that for like 2 days, and then it'd be time for me to come down, and then she'd get high, and then she'd stay up for 2 days, and we'd alternate, like divisional labor, not the best business model. We probably should have just not. But there was there was a time when I was passed out because I'd been up for I think 3 days, and she ended up like having sex with me while I was sleeping, and then like apparently like I came too quick because she was super mad at me when I came to like 2 days later, and I'm like, I'm not sure if you can get mad at me for my performance while I'm unconscious. But she felt a different way about that. But I definitely didn't feel good. I'm trying to defend my performance while I was being sexually assaulted and unconscious, and then afterwards I'm like, what? I think there's a 4-letter word for what just happened to me, and I'm not a fan. But it was a toxic relationship. I'm sitting there I'm still trying to defend myself. And then after the fact, I'm realizing, oh my God, I was just sexually assaulted. Big one is these, which I'm kind of touching on, addiction-fueled relationships. You ever get with somebody just because, like, hook up because you're like, meet a chick at the bar and start hanging out and drinking together, or meet a chick at the trap house, or when that's what the common thread. Or I'm pretty sure most of us in this room have been in an addiction-fueled relationship where, like, if you're using or drinking and the other person is not, and so there's a lot of either a lot of deception, deceit, trying to hide the fact that you're using or drinking from the other person, or if they know about it, they're having to make a lot of excuses and deal with repercussions and the after effects of your addiction or alcoholism, or you theirs. Either partner's substance use or alcoholism causes instability, neglect, or violence. Like, I believe, yeah, like they'll, and a lot of times there's enabling there. Well, he just, I got to make sure he's got what he needs, or got to make sure she's got what she needs, because otherwise, it's going to go all the way bad. But often leads to one part and the other enabling or covering for that, and to the end where their own personal, emotional, or physical needs get ignored. Like we've got an addiction to feed, we've got alcoholism to feed, and like I got to make it make sense. I got to get what I need, and with somebody who's trying to help out, but somebody's going to lose in that relationship. And it's in an addiction-fueled relationship. It's usually the one who's enabling or trying to help. Because if they're doing everything they can to take care of you and your addiction, they're not taking care of themselves. Passive-aggressive relationships, where you guys have problems, but they're never addressed directly. You know old girl's cheating on you, but you don't say anything about it. You just bottle it up. I know where you're fucking going. I'm on to you.
It's exactly her line right there.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
And you just sit there and swallow your feelings, or you get fucked up about it, or a little bit of both, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. And the partner will avoid honest communication. You'll when you do try and talk about it, they will block you on Facebook. They will start a fight, or they'll have an important appointment. I gotta go take care of my mom, Colin. You know, they will find a way to not have that conversation.
Exactly, like you didn't say anything.
Yeah. Pretend they're asleep. And you ever been? And we're talking a little bit about this before, like being punished through subtle behaviors, not words. Like door slamming, drawers, cabinet doors, setting cups down really hard, doing dishes exceedingly aggressively. Like, she's not yelling at you.
We're not doing anything.
Yeah. But when even like doing things to an exaggerated degree to basically covertly tell you they're pissed or that something's wrong, rather than having open and honest communication about it. Like, that's all. And then you wind up doing that walking on eggshells thing. And any time conflicts never get resolved, like, and oftentimes, like makeup sex will get a lot of guys. You know, you get into a fight and stuff, and then you'll have make-up sex about it, which, because we men are, most of us, I know for myself, we're simple creatures. You know, like, oh, we could have an open and honest conversation or sex. Most of the time, we're gonna probably go with our baser needs. And from a historically, that's a good business model to not have to have conversations or resolve actually what the fight was about. If you just have make-up sex about it, I've never been a fan of make-up sex. Like, honestly, I'm too emotionally attached. It's just like, even, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm about it, but if you like just did something that like hurt my feelings or made me feel some sort of way, no amount of sex time is gonna.
She used it as a weapon.
But a blowjob.
Yeah.
But a blowjob would be nice.
Like, oh, you'll forgive me if...
I don't want to be rude, you know. However,
Go and sleep with her aunt.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
yeah. And then there's jealous and possessive relationships involving extreme jealousy, accusations, and constant monitoring or surveillance. It's a big one. It can work both ways. You know, like fucking hiding an Apple tag in your fucking moped, or fucking hacking your phone, hacking your Facebook, or like you fucking, I mean, like creating a false profile. Anything else deal with that?
1,000 emails.
Yeah, or like you block one, and then they'll let you block their number because you're being abusive and toxic. Block.
So I
They download text now and start being abusive from a new number or create a new email address.
I had an ex that she had deleted all of the guys that she was talking to, right? As she was talking to them, obviously. And she had used our home laptop to log into Facebook, and for some reason, all of those messages that she had deleted on her phone popped up into the laptop. And like, so I just flip it open, and there was like fucking 20 guys she was talking to on there, you know what I mean? Talking about going over their house. I mean, you use your imagination with that. I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Oh.
Just want to make everybody feel good.
But it's so selfless, you know, sort of metal. And oftentimes, like the ones who accuse you of cheating all the time,
Are the ones cheating.
yeah. Like, and that's not strictly the case, but that is not uncommon.
A lot of the times when you accuse them of cheating, it's because you see things they actually are cheating.
Yeah.
Patterns.
My ex accused me of cheating all the time, and I never left the house.
Yeah.
I stayed at home and took care of the kid.
Well, and that is jealous and possessive
She
relationship.
was sleep with my ex lived next door.
Yeah, I was once I was taking the trash out, and there was a fucking cool stereo out there, and I'm like a big hardware head, you know, like it had some really good jacks on little daughter boards. So screwdriver out and start taking apart. I was taking these 1/4 inch, 8mm RCA, taking little jacks out of the back because I use them for audio projects. And I come back in, and I was greeted with, "Who are you fucking out by the dumpster?" And I'll never forget that, man, as long as I live. Like,
Hey, you go smoking meth and dumpster diving long enough, you might
Yeah.
get your chance. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Might get that sex in the dumpster.
Yeah, I actually, honestly, I think I did have sex with her by that very dumpster. But it's another story for another time. Last one would be transactional or exploitative relationships. one partner uses the other for personal gain, financial, social, or emotional, without true connection. Gold diggers, sack chasers, what have you. That is not what we categorize. Even if both people are on board with it, like I know she's just dating me because I got money or a bag. Like, even if both people are on the same page as far as the dynamic, it is still a toxic relationship. Or you get those girls that like they'll holler at you, but only when they need something. You don't hear anything from them for like a couple weeks, and then like, how you doing, handsome? And then they need help moving, or $80 to turn their cell phone back on, or something like that. Not necessarily a sugar daddy situation. Just be a splendid daddy, you know, a little bit sweet, you know. If you don't got it like that, but if you only hear from them when they need something, if they're only treat you with respect or act like you're desirable when they need something, that's a transactional or exploitative relationship. And there's some overlap, can be some overlap there with the controlling relationship, where somebody, where one, a lot of these can overlap onto one another. Like I've seen relationships where it's a controlling relationship, but it's also transactional, where like they're gonna make it so you need them for everything. You know, like you keep a bear in the kitchen barefoot. You know, make sure she doesn't have any folding money of her own. She's got to come to you for money. She can't really go anywhere.
Isolation is an abuse tactic.
Yeah. Here's just Stockholm syndrome. But if it's leaving either participant feeling taken advantage of, you know, because oftentimes like an older guy will meet a pretty young girl, and they'll hit it off because he's got his things together.
And she's obviously young.
Yeah. And it's good for a while, but then the true nature of things comes to light, and we get attached, you know. Like if you're, we all, I wouldn't say all of us, but 99% of us, we just want to be loved. We just want to be cared about. We want to feel desirable. We want somebody to care about us. We want connection. As a species, that's what we want. We want to feel connected with somebody. We want, like, that's how we're wired.
I just want someone to truly know me.
I just want somebody to hold me and tell me everything's going to be all right. Is that so much to ask? Like I want to know somebody's going to be that waiting for me when I get home, not because they got to be, but because they miss me.
Not
And,
smelling like 3-day-old semen.
yeah. Or even 2-day-old. You know, it's just your own brand, I suppose. But that's what we really want. We want connection. We need each other. Like in recovery, we need each other. We need the fellowship. But in relationships, we want connection. We want somebody to care about us, and at the same time care about them. And it is very important to be able to recognize these toxic relationship dynamics. And I've extensively researched most of these in my life. But even when I got better at recognizing toxic relationships, it doesn't guarantee that I know how to have healthy ones. That's another class entirely, which that's what we're gonna be doing next week. All I ended up just finding exciting and new types of toxic relationships. So at least I wasn't making the same mistake over and over and over again. I was finding new mistakes to make. But until I started to research what healthy relationships look like, that's what's helped me maybe stop making those mistakes. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you much. You're most welcome.
the